Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Stuart here from Spain Speaks with a video today in the car again. I've just been recording a small town there, and that video will be coming out next week, maybe the week after, these small town videos that I have been doing recently. But today we'll have a bit of a chat about the current situation in Spain and some questions that have been popping up in the comment section in recent times. Now, before I get into that, I'll just say where I am. I'm in the province of Guadalajara, very close to the border with the Madrid community. In fact, during the video, we will cross the border. So there's not a lot of difference between one part of Spain and the other. These borders, of course, in place since the 1980s with these autonomous communities. All of the towns in this area back in the day most likely belonged to the same area, but that changed, I think, but don't quote me on that. So the questions that have been popping up in the comment section, or statements more so, one the other day stood out, and it was now is not a good time to move to Spain. I answered the question the other day in a live stream. In my opinion, what's going on in Spain currently is not the worst thing that I have seen. Obviously, it is a different scale because there are protests and demonstrations happening all around Spain, whereas in 2017 they were isolated to Catalonia, Barcelona in particular, and other cities in Catalonia, but now they have spread because of this amnesty. And it's what's been going on behind the scenes that has led to the disruption, that has led to the demonstrations, that has led to some riots, not serious riots, but of course when you get people demonstrating and it gets late, they tend to take out their aggression on street furniture and other infrastructure that you find in streets, and that's what has been happening for the last 10 days or so. Now we're going to cross into the Madrid community here. You can see the sign, and we leave Castilla-La Mancha behind and enter Madrid. You can almost notice a difference in the quality of roads when you come into the Madrid community, but that's a topic for another day. So a little bit of the backstory, what has been going on, and basically it is that Spain has some problematic regions, some problematic autonomous communities. The rest of the country is on the same page. So let's say that 15 of the 17 autonomous communities are on the same page, have the same objectives, but there are two. One is the Basque country, and in recent times, let's say the last 20-25 years, Catalonia has been the thorn in Spain's side. And when I say Spain, I mean the central government, which is based in Madrid. And that's what it's all about. These areas are problematic for various reasons. They claim to be nations. They want to be recognized as nations. And basically they want more and more control. They don't want to have to answer to Madrid, because if you listen to these Catalan independents or separatist politicians, Madrid is the big issue. Madrid doesn't allow them to do what they want to do. And they want to get control of their own taxes. They want to be able to collect their own taxes, not have those taxes pass through Madrid and shared with the rest of the country. They think there is some inequality going on there. And they also want to get other things as well. For example, control of their own social security system, at least in the Basque country, that's what they're aiming for. And they also want to control the public transport system. The rail system in Catalonia wants to be controlled by the government there, not by the central government based in Madrid. And that's where the problems lie. And we saw last weekend that there are a lot of people not in favor with what's going on between the central government and Catalonia, this amnesty that is being worked out at the moment, which will give, which will wipe the slate clean for those independence politicians that committed crimes back in 2017. Some of them didn't go to jail because they escaped the country. Mr. Puigdemont is a name that springs to mind, but there were others. But this amnesty will clean the slate, as I said, and they can start from scratch. And that's what a lot of people don't want. They don't want this person to be able to come back to Spain as a free man. They would like to see him go to prison like some other politicians from Catalonia did. Mr. Puigdemont, as I said, did not. He escaped. So a percentage of the country has been protesting this fact in recent times. And we're not really sure whether the protests will die down when the new government gets into power or whether they will continue. I don't know. That is a question that we will see in coming weeks and months, no doubt. The right side of politics in Spain, led by the Partido Popular, which is the majority opposition party, and also another opposition party called Vox, which is on the right side of politics, leading these protests and demonstrations. They would like new elections to take place because they still haven't got over what happened back in July when they thought they had the situation sewn up as far as elections are concerned, but it wasn't the case. They weren't able to get into government. They didn't get the support. And of course, Mr. Pedro Sanchez has been able to put together a group of different political parties, even with different ideologies, in order to get his ideas across the line. And that's what's going to take place today or tomorrow. I probably won't post this video until Friday, so all of this will be done and dusted by then. Mr. Sanchez will be the new Spanish Prime Minister or President of the government, but as I said, some people won't be happy with that. Will new elections be called? I don't think so, because Mr. Sanchez doesn't seem to listen to what the opposition say. That's also something that gets their goat, Mr. Sanchez not listening. He thinks that he has the support of the majority of the population, and we'll see. But it's going to be a difficult government if it does last 4 years. I doubt that it will last 4 years. If it does, I think it will be a miracle, because there's too much ideological difference in those political parties for there to be a stable government for the next 4 years. They might try and do some deals, they might try and get some things done, but it's not going to be easy for Mr. Sanchez. But I will say that Mr. Sanchez is a fairly resilient politician. He's been through a lot during his political career. Now he's at the top of the pile, and I'm sure that if he has his way, he will be there for another 4 years. And why not another 8 years? I'm sure Mr. Sanchez is thinking about that too. Now, when it comes to amnesties, there have been different amnesties over the years. The most recent amnesty that I can remember was a tax amnesty, or what they called here a fiscal amnesty, where they allowed people to get all of the black money that they had hidden under mattresses out in the open, turn that illegal money into legal money. That was done by the Partido Popular, I think back in 2012, not sure, but there have been different amnesties over the years. I think the most important amnesty in the last 50 years in Spain was when the transition process was happening, when the Franco regime came to an end and Spain was transitioning into a democracy. There was an amnesty back then as well for political prisoners, people that were put in jail for political reasons. They were given pardons, they were freed. So that was the biggest amnesty. And then there have been different pardons throughout the years, mainly when it comes to corrupt politicians that get pardons from their political party when they get into power. It's happened on both sides of politics, but this has been one of the most common things over the years, at least since I have been living in Spain. But this current amnesty is the one that has really rocked the boat, and the one that is creating the disturbances currently here in Spain. And to answer the question or give a reply to the statement, is it a good time to live in Spain or not? I can't see why it's not. I mean, all of these political things happen. They happen here, they happen in other countries as well. This is a crisis, this is a constitutional crisis, and Spain does need to get its shit together, let's say, when it comes to how the country is organised. But I don't think it's going to affect you should you come and live in the country. If you come and live in Catalonia, maybe, but if you come and live in any other part of the country, I don't think it's really going to have an impact on your life. That's just my opinion, and I'll open the question up to the community, what they think on the matter. Will the current political instability or constitutional crisis affect your way of life here in Spain? I don't know, let me know in that comment section below. But anyway, some interesting times ahead with a new government, with this whole Catalonian issue on the table. We'll see how it plays out, as I said, over the next few months or over the next few years, because the situation's not going to go away until all parties involved are content, or at least that's my opinion on the matter. Now, I'm going to wrap this video up from the Madrid community. I hope you have enjoyed the drive. Questions and comments, please leave them in the section below. If you have an opinion on this whole situation, as I'm sure some people will have an opinion, the comment section is the place for you. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. I'll see you in the next one. Hasta luego from Madrid, Spain. Bye-bye.